Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Chandrakant.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chandrakant, you are from Chittoor, Andhra Pradesh,
Yes, sir.
and you have done your BTech Electronics and Communication Engineering.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your optional is anthropology.
Yes, sir.
So, your hobbies are cricket and visiting new places.
Yes, sir.
So, let me ask you this the first question. Do you think cricket is overpowering other sports in India?
Sir, as far as cricket has a good ecosystem like a regulator of BCCI, and the equipment needed to play the cricket from since the childhood is very less when compared to the other sports. Like for example, tennis, we need to have a tennis racket, which costs around 5 to 7,000. The cricket bat costs around 100 to 200 rupees. So the cricket is since the childhood days, it have been a dominating sport.
No, but cricket is there is a frenzy over cricket. There is not so much attraction for say hockey or for volleyball or basketball as it is in the case of cricket in this country. So don't you think it is quite skewed now in favor of cricket?
Yes, sir. As of now, the fan following with respect to cricket is huge when compared to other sports. But nowadays, the trend has been changing, sir.
Okay, all right. Uh, Let me ask you one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Do you think national anthem should be played after or before screening of a movie or not
Sir,
in the cinema halls? In the cinema halls.
yes, sir. National anthem. The main intention behind the playing the national anthem is to raise the patriotic sentiments in the people of the country, and bridging the diversities across the country. By playing the national anthem in the cinema halls, we can we can associate the patriotic feeling in the cinema halls to the people.
But one view is that patriotism is something which should come from inside and it cannot be forced upon, you see, by state.
Yes, sir. By playing national anthem is not a forcer. Those who are having the patriotic feeling, they will stand and they will sing the national anthem, sir. And those who feel that it is a forceful thing, it is their wish to stay.
Okay,
Stay calm.
all right. But you feel that it should be played. But was there any Supreme Court judgment in this regard?
Yes, sir. Previously, Supreme Court have given a judgment to play the national anthem in the cinema halls and theaters, but post 6 months or 1 year of that judgment, the Supreme Court again taken back the judgment, sir.
Okay. So then where do we stand now?
Sir, even in some theaters in our city like Vijayawada, also some theaters play the national anthem even now, sir.
Okay. Have you heard a phrase called time is up? What is that? Time is up. It's a movement. It's a movement. Can you tell me what that movement is?
Sir, as far as that term, I didn't hear, but I can arrange what is the intention behind that
No, no.
sentence, sir.
It's a movement. Do you know this? What is that movement? Time's up. And where was it launched?
No, sir, I'm not.
Have you heard of Weinstein? So it was a movement just like Me Too movement.
Yes,
Have you
sir.
heard about Me Too movement?
Yes, sir, I heard.
So it was on similar lines. It was against sexual harassment, And in 2018, there was Hollywood celebrities. They launched this movement against Weinstein, one of the producer directors,
Yes, sir.
and and then Me Too also, it was similar to that
Coincided. Yes.
particular movement. And then Me Too came in Bollywood also. So let me ask you one more thing.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you think, how do you react to this? Man on moon or food for man?
Sir, as per the present context, food for the man is more important than man on moon, sir. Because still we are having 200 crores of people under the poverty across the world. So
Yeah.
first,
Okay.
first we need to give food to the man in the present world, and then we can search for man on moons.
Okay. Another phrase, bullet trains or trains on time?
Yes, sir. Um, bullet. Now Indian Railways are running the trains across the country in most of the places on time, sir, except a few cases.
Okay.
And bullet trains are the new move by the government of India to construct between Mumbai and Ahmedabad. It
So
will
this,
attract the tourism sector and other employment opportunities.
so the question is this,
Yes,
that
sir.
the huge amount of investment which would be required in bullet train, should it be, can it be justified, keep in view of the fact that there is so much of modernization and strengthening of the present train system is required?
Sir, bullet trains is one way of modernizing the Indian railways, sir, because through the bullet trains, it will show that India is having the capacity of running the bullet trains. So more and more bullet trains proposals will come around the country, and one day India will have bullet trains. Similar thing happened in the Japanese
Okay.
metro trains.
Okay. My last question.
Yes, sir.
You have done BTech in electronics and communication engineering.
Yes,
How
sir.
do you trace the location of a missing or stolen mobile? How do you do that? How is that possible? Can you tell me the background how it is done?
Sir, it is basically from the IMEI number of the SIM card.
Uh-huh.
Through the IMEI number of the SIM card, we can trace where the last location before switched off. We can find the location of the mobile phone.
From the tower, isn't it?
Yes, sir, from the tower.
From the tower, if
Yes, sir.
you
From the
locate,
tower and using the location of the
yeah.
GPS also.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh, Let me rephrase that question on bullet train.
Yes, sir.
Bullet trains or more trains? What would you say?
Hmm. Bullet train.
Bullet trains or more trains? More
Yes, sir.
number of trains, rather.
Yes, sir. Sir, initially India didn't have the bullet train, sir. With the intention of building a bullet train, uh, in future India would have the more number of bullet trains coming up due to this success of the first bullet train. So it will have a bullet train ecosystem in India. So
Okay.
ultimately,
Well, I mean, what should be the preference? Should we have more trains for our commoners, large number of people?
yes, sir.
Because you must have experienced that in normal times, these are COVID times, but in normal times, you don't get reservation or train tickets easily.
Yes, sir.
Do you? You don't get, you know,
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
so the priority should be of running more trains or having one bullet train between two cities.
Yes, sir. A limited number of bullet trains can be run between the business cities like Mumbai and Ahmedabad. And other than that, more metropolitan cities, we can run the normal trains. Uh, we can
Okay.
run the
But
normal trains across.
aren't we diverting our scarce financial resources to bullet train? One bullet train costs heavily. It's
Yes,
not
sir.
it's not a cheap project.
Yes, sir.
So shouldn't we preserve that resource, financial resource, for running more trains between say Delhi to Nagpur or Nagpur to Bhubaneswar and so on?
Yes, sir. But as of now, we are a growing economy. we have much potential of rising the resources. So if we invest our resources in the future technologies, it will reap in the future, sir. So we need to invest in the bullet trains now, sir.
Okay. Now your hobby is visiting new places.
Yes, sir.
Which new place have you visited in the last 2-3 months?
So after my mains examination, I visited Arku Valley in the Andhra Pradesh.
Arco Valley.
Yes, sir.
Arco Valley.
Yes, sir.
What is it known for? What is
Sir,
the
it is
specialty?
a hill destination. It is a tribal concentrated area, sir. The specialty in the Arku Valley is the greenery, and the second one is the coffee. The production of the coffee there, sir. The coffee is exported to the European Union countries, and the third one is they will cook the food in the bamboo mats, sir.
Okay. Which tribes are residing there in that area?
Sir, a lot many tribes are residing in that Visakhapatnam agency area, but predominant ones are Dongria Kon tribes.
Dongria.
Yes. It is basically Assam and Odisha and Andhra Pradesh borders. That's why Dongria Kon.
What is the setup in your state for development of tribals, these tribes?
Yes, in our state, Andhra Pradesh government is having a Navaratnalu schemes. The 9 schemes are embedded in it. Through these schemes, the tribes are getting the free housing facilities and free hostel facilities to the students and free education facilities to the backward communities. And then,
Did you have an opportunity to check check in that place whether these tribes are getting these facilities or it is only on paper?
yes, sir, it is. I checked with the some of the tribes, sir, not in that Araku Valley place, but in the tribes of Andhra Pradesh. I checked, sir. The fees reimbursement is done through digital means to their
Hmm.
mother's account.
Hmm. Acha, can you describe briefly describe what is the political situation in Nepal now, as of now?
Yes, sir. And Nepal government is facing the uh, lack of majority in the parliament, sir. So, 2 days back, the Nepal Prime Minister only resigned due to the lack of majority. Since he could not prove the majority, and opposition also could not prove the majority today, sir. So again, Oli has been appointed as the interim Prime Minister of Nepal.
Yeah, really good. Tell me some of the safeguards that are available in the constitution for the bureaucrats, for the bureaucracy. You are entering bureaucracy, going to enter. What are the safeguards available to bureaucracy?
Yes, sir. It is Article 309 and 310 of the Constitution is concerned with the bureaucracy.
What is the safeguard? I
Sir.
don't understand 309
Yes, sir.
and so on.
Sir, both articles try to protect the honest bureaucrats from um, like illegal investigation cases like corruption, who try to force or threaten the bureaucrats.
But victimization of bureaucrats keeps taking place very frequently. Every now and then we keep hearing that so and so bureaucrat has been suspended or charge sheeted or so on.
Yes, sir. But to get suspension order, one needs to avail the procedure which is mentioned in the 309 and 310 articles.
Can a bureaucrat, an All India Service Officer, an IAS officer, IPS officer, can he be removed from service by the Chief Minister?
No, sir.
Who can do this? Who can do this?
Sir, the investigation will be set up on the concerned bureaucrat, whether he had done fraud or not. If it is proven by the investigation department,
yes,
it is submitted to the Union Public Service Commission. On the disciplinary grounds, Union Public Service Commission can remove the bureaucrats.
Is it UPSC or somebody else?
Sir, I'm not exactly aware, but I think so. It is a DOPT, sir, Department of Personnel and Training.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Tell me why you want to join civil service.
Yes, sir. Sir, during the fourth year of my graduation, some of my seniors got selected in the civil service examination. They given seminars in our college, sir, which motivated me to join the civil service. The main intention behind joining the civil service is civil service are one of the few services which provides me the opportunity to learn as much as possible in throughout my career. Which by learning things we can apply the things on the ground.
But a professor learns more during his lifetime while teaching the students.
Yes, sir, professors also learn more, but the domain in which the professor learns is limited to one subject. For example, in electronics and communication engineering, they might learn only in the communication engineering, sir. But in civil service,
how they learn actually? Can you tell me some examples how they learn?
Yes, sir. If I can take my own domain, communication engineering, in the 1990s time, the communication revolves around the 1G technology.
Learning of a civil servant, how it is different from others?
Yes, sir. Sir, civil servants basically work on the fields, work on the field and government offices. So they can interact with the people and they can know the situations prevailing on the ground.
But anybody can interact with the people. Even NGOs are interacting, politicians are interacting. There are many institutions.
Sir, but civil service have the facility of training and financial resources and manpower to execute the decisions, which is good for the people. Whereas NGOs have lacking the training facilities and financial resources. They need to.
So tell me, in the present circumstances, in the pandemic situation,
Yes, sir.
what are the functions, powers of a collector? Which law provides them the powers and functions? Which are the laws in a situation like pandemic?
Sir, the district magistrate has the duty of maintaining the.
Tell me the legal. Tell me
Yes,
the
sir.
laws.
Sir, the last concerning this situation is Disaster Management Act 2005 and Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897, which gives the power to the district magistrate.
Now you tell me 3 schemes which are meant for the protection and welfare of the woman.
Yes, the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao scheme, which is
what is this scheme?
Sir, it is instituted to raise the sex ratio in the country.
What is the provision in the scheme?
Sir, the parent of the girl child can open a bank account and he can deposit money into that account, and he can claim also income tax benefit by depositing that amount. After 18 years, the girl child can withdraw 50% of the money for the education purposes, and after 21 years, she can withdraw the full money, so that by using this scheme, government is preventing the
Now
child
tell me,
marriages.
it's okay. Tell me, what is Panchayati Raj? When we say Panchayati Raj institutions, what do we mean?
The Panchayati Raj institutions are the third tier of the government, which works near to the people. They are they are there for the providing the self-governance and to the people of the country.
Have you heard about Bhuria Committee?
Bhuria Committee. Yes, sir, I heard.
What was this committee?
Sir, it was regarding the Panchayati Raj. Yes, sir, but I am not aware of the provisions.
Who was Bhuria?
Sorry, sir, I was not aware.
And on the basis of those recommendations,
Yes, sir.
what law came into force? Which law was enacted?
Sorry.
Dilip Singh Bhuria worked very hard for this. Now tell me the last question.
Yes, sir.
We have a parliament.
Yes,
There
sir.
are two houses, upper house and lower house.
Yes, sir.
Which house has more power?
Lok Sabha, sir.
There are two areas
Yes, sir.
where law cannot be enacted unless it is initiated by the Rajya Sabha. What are those areas where Rajya Sabha has the supremacy?
Sir, the first one is the creation of the new services concerning creation of new All India services. It is Article 312, sir. And
Yeah.
the second one is the whenever the states request for the new law to be created, new law to be there for the country, the Rajya Sabha needs to give the approval, sir.
States will request for that legislation.
No, sir. If Rajya Sabha believes that that legislation should be that the state list part, if it believes that state list part have a national concern, and if Rajya Sabha believes that that should be enacted by the union, if Rajya Sabha gives approval only, then only Lok Sabha can permit it.
Okay, thank you.
Chandrakant, tell me what is carbon footprint?
Yes, sir. The carbon footprint basically means the emission released by per capita individuals.
For example, an aircraft is traveling from Hyderabad to Delhi.
Yes, sir.
So what would be the carbon footprint of that aircraft? How will you measure it?
Sir, I was not exactly sure how it will be measured, but it may be measured the emission released per kilometer or something.
Okay. Now tell me what is LIBOR, L-I-B-O-R.
Sir, it is a London Interbank Exchange rate, sir.
What is the purpose of this rate?
Sir, it is the rate through which the banks can lend or exchange money on an overnight basis. And in India, we follow the MIBOR, sir, Mumbai Interbank Exchange.
Okay. Have you heard about wolf warrior diplomacy?
Sir, I heard, I am not sure.
Okay. This is an aggressive diplomacy which is presently used by Chinese,
yes, sir,
to threaten nations to follow their viewpoint.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, there are some instances of gross violation of human rights in China. Where this has happened?
Sir, in Xinjiang province of China, on the Uyghur Muslims.
What kind of violation is going on?
Sir, the violations like threatening them to not to practice their religious beliefs and demolishing their properties. That
Okay, and about reproduction?
the reproduction thing, I was not able.
Okay. Now, you are a student of electronics and communication technology.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, how or which company controls internet in terms of IDs and the nomenclatures which you receive? Like
So,
India has IN as, or when you get an email ID, you have a particular domain ID. Your ID is approved by somebody.
yes,
So
sir.
who approves that? What is the system of its approval?
Sir, it's the International Telecommunication Union approves the identity for every country.
Are you sure about that?
Sir, I was not exactly sure, but generally concerning the countries thing, international
Concerning internet, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about
telecom,
traditional telephones.
internet thing, I was not aware.
Okay. Now tell me, if I ask you, what are the 4 most important problems our country is facing today? What will be those?
Sir, the first one is the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay.
And the second one is the unemployment crisis, coupled with migrant crisis.
Okay.
And third one is the human capital formation. And fourth one is climate change.
Climate change. Okay. What is the meaning of greenhouse gases and how does it work?
Sir, greenhouse gases are the gases which warms up the climate, and it works by the radiation which is released by the gases are reflected back towards the earth. That's why they will warm the earth. They won't escape outside the earth.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. I was.
Okay, I think you need to do a little more reading on this. Now, my last question is that I'll read out a sentence and you will tell me who said that.
Yes, sir.
People laugh because I am different, and I laugh because they are all the same. Who said that and in what context? People laugh because I am different,
Yes,
and I laugh because they are all the same.
yes. Sorry, sir. I was not.
It was said by Swami Vivekananda when he went to Chicago.
Chicago.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chandrakant.
Chandrakant,
Yes, sir.
have you ever been to Bavikonda or Bavikonda?
No, sir.
Have you heard of this name?
Yes, sir. I heard it is in Andhra Pradesh.
Yes, that's why I'm asking you. You know
Sir.
what is it known for?
Sorry, sir. I was not exactly.
It's an archaeological site where
Buddhist side.
is a Buddhist site, archaeological. Have you heard of Lothal?
Yes, sir. It is in Gujarat.
And what is it?
And it is famous for the earliest shipyard dock, which was used by the Indus Valley people.
Okay, good. Now, being a electronic engineer,
Yes, sir.
suppose your chief minister calls you,
Yes,
that
sir.
you advise me how we can promote the computer related industry and make a hub. Hyderabad takes all the industry in this sector. How can we make Vijayawada as a hub for this?
Sir, it is for both. Is it for both hardware and software industry, sir? Only hardware or software?
Well, whatever. I mean, you have to advise Chief Minister whether you want to focus on hardware, software, or both. He's asking for your advice.
Okay. Sir, first, for the hardware industry, I will propose that we are lacking in the semiconductor material of silicon and germanium for the manufacturing of the mobile phones or electronic devices. So we will plan like that where we will get the cheapest silicon and germanium, and we will arrange some global tenders for it.
No, he will say, I don't want to make it. I want to promote the industry. I don't want to get into manufacturing this.
Yes, sir. For that, for the electronics cluster development, we will do land pooling thing, and so that we will allocate the coming companies with the fixed title land, so they can establish their litigation free companies. And second one, we will do skill development in the 22 skill universities which was established recently concerning the semiconductor fabrication. For the software thing, we will issue like T-Pass like thing, which was issued in Telangana, where we will give all proposals within 10 to 14 days for the establishment of the software industry. And we will simultaneously skill development of the people in the 22 skill development universities, and industry and company linkage will be set up, so that the company can tell how the students should be trained in the college itself.
Okay, now at India scale, at India level,
yes, sir.
How can India come out of the pandemic in terms of economics?
Yes, sir. In the pandemic crisis, the three economic shocks India is facing is decrease in the rural demand, and the closure of industries and export industries also suffered. And the last one is the supply chain disruption. So after the pandemic, we can see for the increasing the rural demand by creating many.
We don't know when pandemic will be over, if at all. We want to act now so that we get into comfortable ground.
Yes, sir. So if we want to do it now, means we need to increase the rural demand by creating employment opportunities under the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign, so that through these employment opportunities we can increase the rural demand. And supply chain disruption can be tackled by conferences with various countries, so that our necessary ingredients like oil, gold, active pharmaceutical ingredients will be constant through the country. So these are the steps we can.
But how does Atmanirbhar scheme increase the GDP? How does it work? How does Atmanirbhar plan work?
Sir, Atmanirbhar Bharat's main intention is to reduce the supply side constraints of the country, whether it comes to coal sector, power sector, smart city development. And one of the subpart in the Atmanirbhar Bharat, I can quote here, sir, that is production linked incentive scheme. If it is extended for electronics and medical drugs and active pharmaceutical ingredients manufacturers, if they manufacture more, the production incentives will be given to the companies. So they will try to manufacture more inside the country. It will create employment opportunities to the youth of the country, and the GDP will also rise.
Remember, having a desire to be Atmanirbhar, does it automatically translate? You are saying manufacturing locally. No, but many things are required before we can become Atmanirbhar. So it's a long-term thing.
Yes,
I wanted to get the economy on its feet.
yes, sir. Here we can promote the tourism sector industry once the pandemic recedes. Like virtual tours also can be initiated, sir, so that we can charge some money from the tourism sector and agricultural exports, because agriculture is resilient during the COVID-19 pandemic also. So agricultural exports can be boomed by having by leveraging the 3 farm laws which was initiated.
Okay, my final question.
Yes,
You know, the Andhra Pradesh state was divided into two,
yes, sir.
Andhra Pradesh and Telangana.
Yes, sir.
Now, out of these two, which has benefited and which has suffered because of this split?
Yes, sir. As per the present context, the state benefited is the smaller state of Telangana, sir, because the economic powerhouse Hyderabad city is located in the Telangana region, and the loans, the debt of the government is apportioned on the basis of the population, but the assets are apportioned on the basis of the location, sir. So most of the assets gone to Telangana, and economic powerhouse is also situated in Telangana. On the basis of this, Telangana got benefited, sir. But Andhra Pradesh is trying to bridge the gap through the inclusive development models.
So Andhra, it was a loss to Andhra Pradesh, the new Andhra Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Chandrakant.
Yes, sir.
So Chandrakant, at the outset, let me ask you, how do you fare? How did you fare in this particular mock interview in the half an hour or so?
Sir, I failed that so many questions I am not able to answer. Like,
Okay. All right. Anything else you would like to suggest to make improvement? Because there is a time available and you can always make improvement and be ultimately successful.
sir, I need to read some important things, such as Article 309, Article 310.
Yes. Okay. All right. So a few suggestions from our side.
Yes.
One is, of course, that some of the questions which were asked, you replied them very well to the satisfaction of the panel. But then there were a number of questions which probably left much to be desired, and you could improve upon the answers. I'm not at all trying to say that they were wrong, but probably this was an opportunity which you could have utilized in your favor to come out with such cogent arguments which will be convincing for the panel.
Yes, sir.
So the question on, for example, bullet trains. So other question I asked it whether bullet trains or trains on time. And then the question was put by Ashokji, and he said that whether there is a need to invest such a huge amount of money, financial resources, which are scarce, towards bullet train, or we should spend that money, invest that money in running new trains between different stations or improving the railway infrastructure. So that probably could have been better explained, because you said that it is between 2 stations only and the rest of the stations can be by other trains. No, so I think you could have probably said that both the things have to run, hand in hand. Yeah, simultaneously. On one side, we have to be, take a quantum jump in terms of technology. Anything which is happening, people's aspirations are rising all over the world, and the Indians also in this country also aspire to have the best technology available here, and therefore bullet trains is something which they would like to see in this country. So in the form of a public policy, as a pilot basis, one bullet train would be a good idea, but this is not to underestimate the importance of having more trains or trains running on time or greater investment to reduce the accidents and so on. So both the things you have to justify. It has to be side by side. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, national anthem, the argument which you gave, you said for patriotism, we must play the national anthem. Now, the very reason why national anthem was stopped being played in the cinema halls was because people were not getting up and they were leaving their seats. They were going away. So the reason was that it was causing a disrespect to the national anthem. So therefore, your argument that we should play it, some people may, get up and some people may start, sitting, keep sitting. That is not a valid argument, because that was the reason why it was, removed, because otherwise it amounts to a disrespect for the national anthem. So you can give a much better answer. Just go back and think about it. There are other issues also. For example, the safeguards for the bureaucrat. So you need to slightly study in greater details what are the constitutional safeguards, and then there are certain safeguards which have been recently provided in 2018 in the PC Act. Yes. Now that is also something which you should definitely go through, because that is a very important thing, and which says that even the officers who have retired, they cannot be prosecuted without the permission of the competent authority. So the prosecution cannot proceed in the court unless and until appropriate government gives a permission for that. So that is a great safeguard. And even while in service, under PC Act, nothing can be done regarding investigation or prosecution unless and until permission is taken. So that is something, because some of the bureaucrats, after they are retired, so they did not have the protection which they enjoyed while being in service. So therefore, it was given, and it had led to paralysis analysis. So people had stopped looking at the files because there was a great amount of fear. So this protection was provided to the bureaucrat. So both constitutional provisions as well in terms of removal or other disciplinary proceeding and prosecution also, there is a specific provision. And besides that, of course, the flow of your delivery, perhaps it can be improved slightly. Yes. And the flow was, there were interregnums, so between two sentences, do not fill it up with small syllables, a, or that gives a feeling of that you are not very confident and you are thinking, you are not in a position to get answer. So it can be done very easily. Just start practicing from now on, and you're speaking English in a more smooth manner, in a more straight manner, so that there are no interruptions or disruptions in your delivery. So that is one, speaking ability is something which we would like you to improve upon. Knowledge also, in certain areas, it was very good and you were able to meet the requirements, but there may be certain areas in which you yourself felt that you need to improve upon the knowledge base, and also the depth in that. Depth essentially means that you need to understand that particular problem, how it has developed over the time, and what is the present position. So till the time you enter the interview room, you should be equipped with the latest information. Yes. And then, of course, there are certain topics. I don't have to tell you about those topics. You already know. So international affairs, economics, digitalization, public policies, electoral reforms, police reforms, administrative reforms, and district administration, land revenue system, and women, child, senior citizens, the safeguards which have been provided, hypothetical situations in which you may be asked to give answers. Supposing this thing happens, is it ethical? What is ethical? And so on. And then, of course, some of the things, elections which have taken place. And then topics like sports, environment, these are very, very trendy and topics which are the buzzwords. So what I'm trying to say is that skills, yes, slightly you need to improve upon in terms of delivery, and knowledge base also. If you can understand that some of the questions may be such in which you can really get an opportunity of making a point to the satisfaction. For example, bullets on train, that was one point. National anthem was another question. Third was food, land on moon, man on moon, or food for, which you gave the answer correctly, but you need to slightly justify that also. Okay. So I think otherwise, overall, you are a well-rounded personality. The dress which you are wearing at the moment, perhaps when you go for the actual interview, you can take care that your tie is knotted well, so that it gives a smart impression about you. Okay. Yes, outer appearance is also going to count. It may count. Some of the people otherwise may feel that he is not properly dressed and so on. Yes. we want, the aim of the panel is ultimately that you succeed,
Yes.
that you are successful finally in the interview. And based upon your marks in the interview, in fact, interview has the potential of pulling you up, even if you have not got sufficient marks, or say not many marks in the written examination, but if you score very good marks in the interview, it will pull you up in terms of your service, in terms of which service you get or your seniority and so on. So our best wishes to you. But before we end up today's thing, if you have any questions, you can ask us.
Sir, previously I went to interview in 2018.
Okay.
That was my first attempt.
How many marks did you get in the interview for civil
Sir,
services?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how much?
It was 151, sir.
Okay. So you can definitely score much better. What is the maximum number of marks? 275?
Yes, sir.
275.
206 is the highest.
206 was the highest. So 206 would be something like, I think about 65, 70% marks, isn't it?
70, sir.
70. So you see, that's what I say. There was a time when civil services, the interview, personality test, the marks would not generally exceed 50%, 55%. But now the panels, if the boy is bright, if the girl is bright, they can award up to 70, 75% also. So you have the potential of making it to 60 plus category. But just go back and study slightly more, and your dialogue delivery, your communication skills may be improved slightly. And I'm sure you stand a first class chance of making it successfully to the final civil service.
Yes.
Our best wishes to you. You will do it.
Yes,
you
sir.
have to take, this is a challenge for you.
Yes,
you have
sir.
to meet this challenge and say to yourself many, many times that this is an opportunity which has come to you and I'm going to make it. And that is what you have to say while you are stepping into the interview room also.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. Yes, sir.
All the best to you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so wish you good luck, Chandrakant.
Thank you, sir.
The best.
Improve your knowledge a little bit more and
Yes,
your
sir.
delivery. That's it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Unacademy. Let's crack it.